recording of your screen. Lots of ways to do it. Probably my favorite is just using a website called Screencast-O-Matic. It gives you 15 minutes of free recording, does a nice job, makes it easy to upload to YouTube. So that's just how I'm going to demo for you today. If you want to try some of the other tools, that's fine. They're a little bit more complicated. Some of them don't have as much time. Anyways, to get here, you can just Google Screencast-O-Matic. It'll take you to a screen that looks like this one. And what you want to do once you get to the screen is just launch the free recorder down in the bottom left. It installs a little executable on your laptop. You should have permission to do that. Then you just want to click on Open Screen Recorder Launcher version 2.0. Takes just a second for that file to install. And then what you're going to see on the bottom left is some options to record the screen, which is what you want, and then it will tell you the max time, 15 minutes. Really, if you're recording more than that, you should break them into 15 minutes anyways, because the students are going to go crazy listening to more than 15 minutes. You can pick a size. You can just drag this dotted line around to fill the whole screen, or whatever part of the screen you want to record, and then the narration. And you can use a headset with a microphone, or you can use the built-in mic on the laptop. That'll work fine too. And that's really all there is to it. You may need to give this permission to use your microphone and your camera. You can do your webcam and both, but probably just recording your screen is going to be sufficient. Anyways, once you've practiced the steps that you want to record, then you're just going to go ahead and click on this record button. It's going to give you a little 3, 2, 1 countdown, and at this point you would go ahead and navigate to whatever it is that you're trying to show students. Maybe it's a Google presentation that you want to elaborate on. Maybe it's a map, a diagram. You could record anything that you want, including stuff that you have in your Google Classroom. Maybe you want a virtual whiteboard to do some note-taking with. You could record the notebook program. I'll just record a whiteboard just to give you a sense of what that would look like. So at this point, you're just explaining to students what they should be doing with whatever tool that you're trying to introduce to them. And so just for the sake of this demo, I'll just pretend that I want to do some sort of simple math explanation. So I'll just use my my finger as a stylus. If you have your stylus, you can get into a lot more detail. Anyway, at this point, your computer's recording all of this. It could be a world map that you're annotating. Whatever you want to do. Diagrams, worksheets, explain how to do something with technology, completely up to you, but you've got 15 minutes. I would say have something in mind what you're going to say, and go ahead and record that. Once you're finished explaining what you're trying to elaborate on, down in the bottom left is a little pause button here. And you can either continue to re-record, you can trash that if you made a mistake, or when you're finished, you can just go ahead and hit done. What you want to do is save and upload that. And depending on how long the video is that you've recorded, this may take a few minutes, so just be patient. Draws this little audio timeline, should be good. At this point, you're ready to, I would say, upload to YouTube is your best bet. And I've already picked my account. You may need to pick a different account, but I'm just going to use my PSD YouTube account that you get with your Google Suite. You know, of course, if any of this is private, you wouldn't want to be publishing it on YouTube, so just use your discretion there. I would give it a name, so I'll just say whiteboard math problem. And then down here in the privacy, you need to decide you want this to be unlisted, and maybe you want it to be available to the world. In that case, you would have it public. But if you just want it to be for your class, you could do unlisted. And that way, they'll only be able to get to it if they have the URL, so it's not going to be easily found in a Google search. But again, if there's any personal information, definitely don't put this up in YouTube just for lecture purposes or whatever. And then finally, when I'm done, I'm just going to hit publish, and then it's putting it up into my YouTube account. And the longer the video is, the longer this will take. And this video is pretty short, so it shouldn't take too long. Once it's finished, it will actually give you the option to put that into your Google Classroom, or just copy the link to YouTube, and you can get to it directly from the link. So just bear with me here for just a minute, and we'll wait for this to get uploaded to YouTube, and then you'll be all set. I think you'll find it real easy to do this, and it might be something that you do every day. It's a great tool. It's free, the 15 minutes. If you need it for more than 15 minutes, you can pay a little extra money for that. Okay, so my options now are to put this in my Google Classroom, so I can go ahead and do that so my students can find it easily. You just pick the class that you want it to go into. I'll just put it in my practice class, and then you can put it up as a material or an assignment. Totally up to you, and then we'll just hit go and give it a little title. So while it's rendering, this will show up as a gray box. If you wait just a few minutes, it'll turn into a little thumbnail of some part of your video. In your Google Class, you can put this within a unit, and then you can just go ahead and post it. And there it's ready to go. And then down here on the bottom of my screen is the little icon for Screencast-O-Matic. I can also copy the link and put it right in my browser here. And this video probably isn't finished yet, but maybe it is. It was short enough. Yep, so there's my video. So I could paste that URL into my Google Classroom manually. I could email it to my students through the PSD gradebook. So however you want to broadcast that out, but real helpful to give them some direction, especially since a lot of students haven't done this before. So real helpful to give them a little direction. All right, so that's how you can screencast, whether it's elaborating on a Google presentation, explaining how to do something with the laptop, how to navigate your Google Classroom, whatever you have in mind that you want to be able to instruct students on. And it's kind of nice doing this asynchronous, because then students can go and watch it at their convenience. It might be tempting to do this with a Google Meet, but the reality of getting all 30 students in a Google Meet at once is slim to none. So my preference on a lot of these things is to go ahead and just record them, let students watch them at their convenience. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.